crime free. If Jamaica and we are Jamaican for economy. No more breathe the last thing. Revelation set.
You got it right. Welcome to another Agro Buzz, our weekly agricultural program here on Sunny Side Up. And the Denbigh Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show 2019 is inching closer. In fact, it's just around the corner. So today on Agro Buzz, the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries continues with its countdown to the big event scheduled for August 4 to 6 at the Denbigh Showground in Clarendon. Now, as you know, the ministry will have one of the main attractions at the show with a wide range of displays in its village. And when you go to the ministry's village, you can learn all about agriculture from A to Z. Here to tell us more about the show is Director of Public Relations and Communication, Doreeen O'Connor. Mrs. O'Connor, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well this morning, Paula Ann, and thank you so much for having us once more on Agro Buzz.
It is always a pleasure, and we are now so curious. Denbigh is this weekend. What can folks expect from the ministry at Denbigh?
Well, it's this weekend. The countdown is truly on. We're watching the days, the hours now, and beginning Sunday, the gates will open wide and we'll welcome literally thousands of visitors to Denbigh 67. You know, we want to say hats off to the Jamaica Agricultural Society because they have been spearheading, organizing this Denbigh show for decades, literally.
And what's happening this year?
This year, the theme is focused, as you might have gleaned, on climate change. And the sub-theme, well, we always push our Grow What We Eat What We Grow campaign, because that is very important. We are focusing this year on climate change in terms of aligning the farming decisions with climate conditions, because we want to encourage our farmers and our agriculturalists to invest in climate-smart agriculture as the way to the future. And the village, you know, the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries has a huge village. We don't have a one booth or one display because, as you rightly said, there's so many areas that are involved in what we do as a ministry. And you can literally count down from A to Z the number of subjects and displays that we will have in our village this year. So we're really looking forward to that and to welcoming as many visitors as possible this year.
Now, that's a wide array of things that can be brought to the fore when you mentioned climate change and the ways in which the farmers should be taking this into consideration when it comes on to agriculture. So what are the particular things that we will see when we step into the ministry's booth? Are we going to see a sample plot? Are we going to see, are they showing things that they are now doing differently because of climate change?
Yes, there are several areas of focus that we will have based on our various areas, the programs that the ministry is now involved in. So, for example, we have our production and productivity program, which is aimed at increasing the production of Irish potato, onions, ginger, hot pepper, yam, you name it, dasheen, strawberry, pineapples, and so on, because there is the continuing import substitution program. We do not wish to be importing as much as we currently do, but we wish to be able to be self-sufficient in all of these local produce, not just for local consumption, but also for export. And given the challenges that we now face with global warming and climate change, we are focusing now, how do we continue to increase production in spite of the challenges of climate change?
So what do you want patrons to walk away with after they experience this year's staging?
We want them to know that the ministry is continuing to increase the production and productivity in Jamaica in terms of agriculture. We want the farmers to come in and to go away with the various tips and information about how to increase, for example, the mango production program. Yes, you know that this year we returned to the United States with our mango production, and we would like more farmers to get involved in producing mangoes for export. So how they come in and they'll get the information. The ministry is also pursuing some new and emerging industrial crops, for example, bamboo. How do I get involved in producing bamboo as an alternative for plastic use and so on? The cannabis industry is emerging. There are opportunities in castor beans. There are opportunities in coconuts. And therefore, we would like farmers to come in, to go away, get the ideas for investment, and go and invest in these new and emerging industries and crops. There's also the livestock side of things. Small ruminants, that is our goat and sheep industry, they also need greater investment. So we would like farmers to come in and go away with this kind of information. And of course, we want the general public to come in and learn more about what we're doing. Denbigh provides us with the best and the biggest opportunity to speak with our stakeholders, with our farmers, with the general public. It is really very, very informative so that they can know, they can ask their questions. It is interactive. And the big item is, of course, irrigation. How can farmers better utilize small drainage systems, small irrigation systems to increase their productivity and their production?
So the folks who are listening now, it's sounding interesting. I think we just want one more thing to seal the deal. What is it about your booth that makes people come back? What has the reception been like from patrons in the past that influences them to return?
As I said, there are so many things to do, so much to learn, but it's also very interactive. There are giveaways, there are tastings. You can learn from everything from A to Z. You can learn about a honeybee. You can learn about growing mangoes. You can learn about growing strawberries. The ministry is also responsible for public gardens in Jamaica, so you can learn, new things about bamboo, growing bamboo, and so on. But the ministry is also a microcosm of what happens at Denbigh overall. And, Denbigh, you can only speak of Denbigh in superlative terms. Denbigh is exhilarating. It can be quite an exhausting affair moving from booth to booth. Denbigh is colorful. It is exciting. It is really a unique event, not only here in Jamaica, but in the English-speaking Caribbean. Denbigh provides you with music. There's food. There are exhibits. There are concerts.
There's nothing else like it. Nothing else like it.
Nothing else. One of a kind. And, it celebrates our farmers. That is so important because sometimes we tend to take food and farming and our farmers for granted, but we really shouldn't because we need them daily to provide us with our meals and our food and so on. And not only are we celebrating our farmers at Denbigh, but, it fits nicely into this period of independence, Emancipation Day is tomorrow, and Denbigh usually falls in that period so that we are in a mode for a national celebration, and we therefore wish to also celebrate all that is happening in agriculture, all that is happening with our farmers. So we're opening the doors, as I said, on Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. Gates are open for final setup and so on. Admission, $1,000 for adults. Children will pay $500. And on Sunday, our Governor General will be his day, and at the end of that day, we'll have the Jamaica Broilers Gospel event in the evening. A lot of people come out for the gospel concert in the evening. On Monday, August 5, our Honorable Minister will be hosting that day.
Where can folks find the details? We have to wrap up now, but for the details of Denbigh, is there a website? Is it on the ministry's website?
It's on the ministry's website, www.micaf.gov.jm. The Jamaica Agricultural Society, as I said, they are the leaders in this, and there's information available there as well. On the weekend, there were 2 supplements in the newspapers, and there is information in that as well. So we want patrons to come out. It's everywhere. Denbigh is big. It is fascinating.
Thank you so much for speaking with us, Mrs. O'Connor. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to the spectacular that will be happening this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Folks, there you have it. The 67th Denbigh Agricultural Show, August 4 to 6, Denbigh Showground in Clarendon. Grow what we eat what we grow. Aligning farming decisions with climatic conditions. So let's continue to support our farmers, and for information on what's happening, check the ministry's website, mycaf.gov.jm. Follow them on Twitter, check them out on Facebook, and join us next week for another program, AgroBuzz.
Everybody when we snap, eat what we grow. the brand new talk out a street.